Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Allow me to introduce you guys to the Ultralord. I ran into him on YouTube. He's got a channel, doing a lot of music stuff. And then what really piqued my interest was the Crazy African Pastors series that you did. I mean, we grow them here. I mean, the best flavor of African pasta that we have.
That's actually the craziest thing, man, because like I've seen a lot of people from like these Nigerian channels and stuff like that doing like the most craziest and the most outrageous things in my life. So that really sparked an interest for me to start a little bit of a series, like a YouTube series about that, just checking out what exactly do they do and how they go around being pastors. So yeah.
Or getting people to be lawnmowers.
Dude.
Oh my goodness, that's funny, man. Yeah, I mean, so we, I've been an atheist for a while, and I got involved with Atheist Republic a while ago. It's just, to get a community of people going, because I feel that that's one thing that we don't have as atheists. As believers, everybody goes to church and they have a nice, strong community. So we decided to just start getting it out there, trying to get more people involved, and the Atheist Republic is very good for that, because we've got our groups in different cities, and we network. Ever since before COVID started, we were starting to get a bit of momentum going in having meetups and getting to know one another. And so I mean, that's a bit of background about us. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you, when did you first start questioning religion and, realizing, wait a minute, something's wrong here?
To be honest, it started when I was at like a youth camp years ago. So you know how people are, they're like, yo, let's go to youth, let's go check out what's happening over there, and meeting God and everything like that. But then what was cool is that I met a lot of cool people over there. Just one of these ceremonies or one of the congregations, I just didn't feel the same thing that people were telling about, that spark or that whatever. So it just made me realize is that, damn, are we actually talking to like an imaginary friend, or what's going on over here? Because I gave the whole religion thing a try, and it just seemed a little bit, I don't know, like I didn't feel the same way how other people felt like. So I've just been on a path where I kind of discover other things and discover other ways and just meet other people. Like just to be honest, I'm grateful for meeting different people. I mean, I like meeting people who can think on their own, not the necessarily they follow and do what they just told without questioning. That's also something that I didn't also understand or get from the Bible, where things are just like, do A, B, C, D, and don't question it. If you get questioned, your whole entire bloodline is going to get cursed. So I never really understood shit about that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, it's, it never ceases to amaze me. Everybody has got their own little story, we always hear, yes, you are angry at God, you just want to sin, you just want to do your own thing. But having spoken to so many different people, everybody's got a different story. It's not this blanket how can I say, stamp of this is the reason why people leave religion. It's usually a journey of questioning and thinking about these things really long and hard. And whenever I find somebody who's done that, it always makes me very happy, because I think that is the death knell to religion. It's just having people think for themselves and being able to question what they told.
Also another thing that drove me kind of crazy is that, are you aware of how many religions are there around the world?
Thousands. I think there's more than
hundreds of thousands, and all of them either say the same thing or say different things. Yeah. People want to keep because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, what kind of God are we worshiping if you know, like if we're willing to kill each other for something, it's just because it's my God is black or your God is white or your God is whatever color you want to put in. You know what I mean?
Or
So
I have 20 gods, or I have
you know what I
200
mean?
gods.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
that's something just like no, man, this is just too much. This is too much for me. I'm sorry.
It's nonsense. You know what I don't understand, is how I've been networking with a couple of African countries, trying to see what the general take is, and Christianity has really fucked this continent over big time. I think when the missionaries came, they brought this disease of Christianity with them, and it's just robbed our people of such a rich cultural heritage, and it's placed everybody into this little cookie cutter mold of being like good little Christians, and I find that really repugnant. But I'm very happy to see that, all over Africa, you can Google every single African country. There are atheists. People are waking up and smelling the coffee,
Yeah.
What is it like in your community where you live? I mean, like, how do people perceive atheists?
In a way, it's a little bit taboo. In a way, not a lot of people are gonna come out or openly say it. I've met a few people who do, and you know how the conversation starts off at parties or anything like that. I mean, there's some people who are brainwashed mentally that they're going to believe this thing, like thick and through, that this is whatever, and they're gonna always try and pray for you, and always gonna try, and if they can't get through like that, it's always gonna be like you're either gonna be shunned. You're either going to be pushed aside and ostracized and stuff like that. And a little bit like that, the whole family's just not going to talk to you. But I keep telling them, like, look, if you just take a minute and just try to just think for yourself, that's how it is. So I'm not the type of person to judge. I'm not the type of person. I'm very open. I like hearing people's stories and where they come from and why they choose the path they're doing. So that's how I am in my community. But there's nothing that's like an open place here in Free State where I stay. People are like, okay, this is a community of atheists or anything like that. Everyone just sticks to themselves, and we kind of keep it like that.
Yeah. No, it's excuse me.
COVID.
I've been vaccinated. I'm still gonna get COVID, I'm sure.
on a tangent over here, I was asking a friend of mine, for the people who have tested positive for COVID, what is the point of taking a vaccine?
Exactly. Yeah. But apparently it's like the flu, it's like you're gonna get it like every season. You're gonna have to deal with
what's the point of what's the point of getting a vaccine, man? There's no point. There's no point. The government trying to control us, man. It's the government.
We must all wear tinfoil hats because they're gonna beam 5G into our brains. My point was with, we're very fortunate here in Cape Town. We've got a very large city. There's a lot of people with a lot of different diverse ideas, so it's not that much of an oddity. Sure, people look at you strangely, like, are you going to come and catch my cat and have midnight rituals with my cat? There's a lot of
trying to tell people as well, like, just because somebody is atheist, we're not necessarily saying that we are satanic or that we want to kill a cat or anything like that. We're just in a place of just, well, with me personally, how I see it, I just don't believe in the Christian God or the way they perceive the Christian God.
Yeah.
So not necessarily saying that, like, no, if I'm not believing in God, I'm believing in the devil, or say, like, even here, there's some bullshit things about them that I don't understand. I just want things that are in facts. Yeah. I'll call myself like more of a scientist. I believe in facts, things that I can see, touch, feel, and with my senses that make sense.
Yeah.
And also that, okay, we live in South Africa, so we kind of know how how we were colonized years ago. So all our religions and all our beliefs were on top of that, on our people. So we don't necessarily believe we were like grown up to believe when we're like 200 years ago. So that's also another thing that kind of puts me in a thing of saying like, nah, that image and that ideal, that's not for me. But I'm in a way to find my own things and see, taste, and smell. You feel me?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
This is the the funny thing. Sorry, let me just see, where is my cursor. I just want to see, somebody left a comment here. It's just about vaccinations. So what I was thinking of earlier is, there is this idea amongst Africans that atheism is un-African. It's like, it's supposed to be this, it's a Western thing. People,
Yeah.
our people have always been spiritual or believed in some kind of natural force or whatever, what do you say to somebody who tells you that atheism is un-African?
I feel like it's a universal thing, actually.
Exactly, yeah.
When I went abroad, I was in Japan for a little bit, then I went to China, and also there's pockets of Christians there, and then there's pockets of Buddhists over there, and then there's also another pocket of people who just believe. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily like a Western thing, unless we're all freaking Westernized or all around the world. I mean, I've been from Africa. Yeah. I was in Madagascar as well, China and Japan. I spent a year or two in the States of Canada as well. So you kind of meet this central idealism that I'm guessing that's coming from TV and everything like that, or how everything was just globalized. But then it's not necessarily just Westernized. It's just people thinking, just people that are a little bit smarter than that, I'm guessing.
Exactly. At the end of the day, Christianity is un-African.
Yeah.
Christianity is un-African. Islam is un-African. So don't come with your atheism is un-African.
No, I mean, we have Muslim people staying here. We have Chinese people staying in South Africa. We have a lot of different cultures and a lot of different things. I mean, we have 11 different languages already in one continent or one country. So you can imagine, like, how is it around the whole world? It's not an African thing. It's a world thing.
Right. I mean, something that I'm always very aware of is, people always say that religion is a force for good. It does good in communities. It does good. But they don't see the bad that it has. It has. In my opinion, I look at how religion just affects the way that people live their lives. They will rather look to spiritual resources which are non-existent, as opposed to actually doing something in the real world and making a change to better themselves, their circumstances, their lives. And besides that, there's so much, especially in Africa, the pastors use religion as a business model. It's not, it's a business. If you want to see anybody make money out of religion, come to Africa. You'll see some rich pastors here.
Not to name a few. I'm not going to name blast them. I've been doing that already. But like the practices or the ideal of it, I mean, like having a set of rules, a set of laws that you understand is good, 100%. I'm not saying to people that wake up, go kill whoever, go raw, whatever, do whatever the hell you want to do. No, I'm 100% against that. But having your own standards or your own morals, that's 100%. But then if you're using the Bible or anything like that as a weapon, especially to fuel your own pockets, that is the problem I 100% have. Because like you saw with the series that I was doing, the crazy African pastors, there's pastors who are claiming to raise people from the dead, or the pastors who claim to, you know what I mean? Like that's when it's just like, okay. And then, but there's people who 100% believe that this is happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they will.
I'm saying, like, why are you in church? Why aren't you in a hospital? Why aren't you in a hospital working?
You know what I mean? It's always in church. That's the thing. It's always there. And now people, that's what makes me boils my blood. I'm like, yes, sis. And I had like You know, and my grandmother actually believed in this, and she's like gave a lot of her money to the church. Like, and that's what really one to expose them a little bit, because
they've got no scam. They've got no scam. They'll take money from granny, from a small little child that takes these sweet money and gives it to them. They'll take that money.
They'll take it with a smile on their face. Like, what I knew this was bullshit is that when I went to one of those churches, they had card machines when it was tithe and offering. They came with card machines.
Swipe.
Swipe, and the minimum you can swipe was 100 rand. So now I was just like, no, sorry, man, I don't have money. He's like, no, don't worry, you can swipe $100. We're just like, yes, sis. And now, so I was counting. I'm like, okay, there's about 2,000, 6,000 people here, and now if 6,000 people gave $100, how much did you think they made on that day alone?
It's a lot of money, eh?
Yeah, it's too much. It's a business model that I don't like, and yeah, that's what boils my blood. That's what really boils my blood. The amount of money they're making, actually.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't, you know, what I okay, so I get it. You know, like religion is supposed to be doing good in the world, supposed to be spreading goodness and everything. You know, but when they spread all this nonsense as well as the goodness, you know, it starts becoming a problem.
Yeah.
Because they don't teach people how to think for themselves. First of all, they teach you what to think, and they teach you how to think it. You know, that is, I can't remember who said it. Somebody said it's mental slavery. You know, like religion is the last bit of slavery that still has a hold on our people. I can't stand it, you know, like it's just, you know, I suppose I've been free from religion for a bit too long, you know, because now when I see it, it disgusts me, you know, disgusts me the way that people treat the followers of that religion, you know, and they are victims. At the end of the day, they are victims, you know, it's not like they're making bad choices or, you know, it's their fault, you know, like they've been taught to believe things in a certain way, and they are the victims of these con men who manipulate them every week, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Activism, you know, let's talk activism, you know, like you know, I'm so glad when I see people you know, voicing their opinion about this, you know, like you do on YouTube, and you know, like that's something that, you know, not everybody can be an activist, you know, not everybody is going to climb on the boat and save the whales and whatever you want to do, you know, but I think it's very important that, you know, religion must realize, look, here is a wall, you know, you can't, these people are not going to, you're not going to scare them with hell.
Yeah.
You're not going to scare them by throwing them out of your community. You know, so you know, I'm very happy when I see this kind of activism. You know, I think we need more of that.
I'm not gonna lie, you asked very good questions. Actually, this is a very lit interview. But talking about activism and stuff like that, like I feel like a lot of people are just a little bit afraid about like the backlash about doing content like this. That's all that like just being out, and that's kind of what I like about the internet. There's a little bit of you can be anonymous on the internet, you know. So it's not necessarily that like no people can find you and everything like that. But then sometimes when I go through the comment sections of the videos, or when I go through these people who are like I said, they will believe this 100% that this is it. This is it for them. And there's people who are at least open-minded and willing to explore the ideas and explore the things like that. And I lost my train of thought. What was the question again about activism, right?
Yes, activism,
yeah. So people are just I feel like the more you just go out, and the more you just voice your opinion and push yourself out there, that's actually the better that you can do, how I feel like. Just as long as like when the things that you're pushing up against, if you're smart enough to realize that it's starting to become cult-like, or it's becoming to a point where they want to isolate you from your families, and they want to control what you use your money on, and want to control on your habits and everything like that. Speak out on that immediately. Speak out, because you watch these movies on TV, you see things on the news, then you know you're gonna have a pastor pastor or whatever running a church that decided to make a mass genocide and 40 people were killed because they were promised they were going to go to heaven with 40 virgins
on a spaceship.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's those are the problems. Those are the problems. So,
and the Scientology, like the Scientology and the cults.
You see what I mean? So any religion, again, that's like what I say. Like when I tell people, not necessarily that I'm bashing on Christianity alone, or all of them. It's just that they just happen to be the most popular ones at the moment. So I also wonder myself, in like 100 years from now, what's going to be the new religion, or what's going to be the new way of thinking 100 years? Because 100 years ago we didn't have Christianity. That's technically new to us, and now 100 years from now we're going to be like, what? Bible, what's that? Or Quran, what's that? Or what's, So exactly. That's actually what I'm looking forward to see, like what's going to happen in the future, and especially for people to just wake up and think and just see things for themselves.
I'm, looking to the future, I am of the opinion that religion is going to be like another superstition. Give it 100 years. And, just like people used to think 100 years ago, some weird superstition about, maybe if you travel in a car, you're gonna, it's gonna shake your brains out or whatever.
Or something like that. Yeah.
So I think the same thing is going to apply in 100 years. It's just people have got access to so much information at the moment. You can just pick up your phone and find information. So
exactly.
I think that is going to be the nail in the coffin of religion. Is just people being able to communicate with one another, share ideas, find new information, because that is what religion loves to do, is to control people. It likes to control them, to keep them isolated from other groups, from other information. It's a us versus them kind of game with religion. It's the Muslims versus the Christians, or the Christians versus the atheists. Like it's always a battle royale for them. No, but I mean, it's on its way. It's on its way out, in my opinion.
We'll see. Let's actually, I mean, there's also another crazy thought you thought about. Some presidents, right, where there's no religion to Star Trek in the future. There's no religion to Star Trek. Like everybody's together. That 100% agree. Like in the future, we don't know. Like I was just going to tell you, like 20 years ago, you know how crazy it is to think that an American president could not be elected to be president if he wasn't an outright Christian. You think how crazy that is, that they wouldn't allow anybody else from any different faith unless you are 100% like Christian to run for president. So do you see how much manipulation and brainwashing
totally
that it can be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just it's just the world we live in right now.
I don't know. At the end of the day, there is definitely something in our makeup, in our evolution, that has made us have this thing within us that we need to have some meaning and find some meaning. And the closest, because we're so ignorant as a species as well, we have this built-in desire to know things, but we're ignorant at the same time. So it's almost like you are curious and you are mampara at the same time, And now the first thing that you see, there's lightning in the sky. There must be a man up there.
You know what I mean?
And he's angry.
And now my whole bloodline's going to be cursed.
And, as we grew and as we, generation after generation, this just turned into Christianity, Islam, it got all these different names. It's a superstitious aspect of our species, I think. So I think as soon as now that we've got access to so much information, the places where those superstitions can fit in become so small and small and small that eventually they're going to disappear. And people are just going to say, like, I can't believe we were that stupid. Can you believe, like 100 years ago, people believed there's a magic man living in the sky, who keeps a list of 10 things. What is it?
But shout out to you for making a community so people can actually share their ideas and share their thoughts. Without like platforms like this, or without I guess the internet, it's going to be hot. Like that's where it's harder to get information, but at the same time, it makes it easier. You know what I mean? So yeah, keep pushing and keep doing the grind, man.
No, amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think let's wrap it up here. I'll put a link to your channel as well in the description of this stream, and I'm going to chop it up for YouTube afterwards, and I'll post it probably later today or tomorrow. I'll send you a link to the video as well.
All right.
And I mean, keep in touch. I'd love to collab in future if you've got something going on. Just give us a shout.
Of course. I got you, my man. Thank you so much, Dean.
Amazing. Welcome. Thank you so much, Ultralord. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, eh?
And have a good one, guys. Enjoy your dope for the weekend. We're on level 4, so let's keep this party going. Pew, 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 pew.